the Queen was going to die on the latest date of 12/21/21.
I would say that's probably the latest date.
The latest date the Queen dies is 12/21/21.
I believe, or she could step down.
Step down. Are you more confident that that's going to happen than you are that she's a lizard?
Yeah. I mean, she might be a lizard. Have you looked at her? She's got yeah, I'm more confident that she'd step down or be taken out.
So you think she'll be forced off by who?
Whatever me. I mean, the same people that kill people and say Oswald did it. I mean, who knows? People that are in the shadows.
The shadows? Dude, the shadows are scary, man. Did you see what's that kid's name that was getting blasted all over social media when he shot the people at that?
Oh, Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah. Did you see that new video that came out?
No, I don't even tune into that stuff.
Well, there's a new video of the shooting, and it's FBI agents, like, directly from them recording it. And they withheld this thing. So, like, they were there.
I strongly believe that not only are they there, that they run PSYOPs, which is psychological operations, record these things for agendas. Like, I totally believe that Kyle Rittenhouse thing is just a scripted. If it's gun control, if it's to divide people, I believe 100% that is not an authentic situation of him shooting people. If you watch the video, he's just like spraying all over the place. It doesn't even look like a real like gunfight.
Yeah, I know.
Crazy.
Yeah, FBI is gonna be at my door after this one because I literally
dumb guys on the internet. They got a lot of people.
Dude, that's who they like, dude. No, I think they like the smart ones, the ones that know everything.
Yeah.
Right, because those are the ones that are easier to control. Right, because you just get with them. You just keep reiterating that they're right. You keep telling them that they're right, and it makes them like escalate and escalate and escalate because they just constantly think that they're right.
Yep.
I think, and that's what I keep like. I just always keep it in mind. Do like all the stuff that's happening at these school board meetings, all around the country. I can like almost guarantee like one of them, somebody in that group, is in there to manipulate and cause that shit to happen. Cause people to get nuttier.
At least some of these big ones, for sure. First of all, they got to control the education. That's why you see all these crazy things coming out about what they're teaching our kids. It's nuts. And I don't want to get into any of the hot topics, but I believe that's why you first started getting involved with the school boards, because they some of the things they teach, it's just like, why do you need to teach my 8-year-old about that? Like, I mean, it just doesn't seem right.
And at the same time, the people that are like that was my issue, man. Like the books that people are finding and they're reading them out loud at these school board meetings, and they're like, these books shouldn't be in there, blah, whatever. In my mind, I'm like, I'm stuck between. I'm like, because I'm not for banning books.
No, hell no.
Right. I don't want my kid to read that book. I don't. So like, like those books are inappropriate for children, and I understand that maybe some kids they could be good for them, for them kids. I don't know how, dude. Honestly, some of them, but I guess somewhere there's somebody that could benefit from that. Who I don't know.
There's a difference from having the book available in the library and then having it like in a curriculum or promoted or whatnot. So I can see how that book would be in the library, but yeah, I wouldn't want it in the curriculum. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
That is the line that you gotta kind of toe, but I think it just puts a lot of responsibility on parents to just help your kids weave through all of the bullshit.
That is right. When I interviewed or had a conversation with somebody that was trying to get on the board, their solution to all the book stuff was, well, in the libraries, if parents are I don't want to ban books, and parents are angry about these books. We have to somehow give the parents responsibility for these books. So how do we do that when the parent's not there? And it's like, well, we have all of this technology, and it's like, why can't they have like a sort of like a library card where they check out, and then the parent gets notification like Liam just checked X book out, and now it's my responsibility to say, to deal with that, rather than just start throwing things away or making them stay. Like you got to find a happy median.
It's not as hard as they even try to make it sound. I mean, you could have ratings on books like you have on movies, and you as the parent can say, any book with this rating I want to approve before he gets to check this book out. I mean, it's not that hard to really come up with something, but because I would imagine a great deal of the books would just be general purpose books that they can rent out. So it really would only be a few handful of books that they'd flag anyway.
Yeah, there can't be. I mean, there can't be that many, dude. I just found it strange how so many of them things got into so many different schools. Yeah, and the same books. It's like, agenda, who did it, though? Who did it? Because I feel like when things get found, they were meant to be found.
Sure, and they're meant to go viral. Nothing goes viral that they don't want to go viral.
Exactly.
They promote it. That's what has to happen. So.
Exactly. So if the agenda was on the side of the people putting the books in there to get kids to read them to fit that agenda, how'd it go viral? If the media controls that side as well.
They want it to go viral. I mean, that's the only answer.
Right. I feel like it's just to, tear communities apart.
I mean, it's more than that. It's to change your morals, to change the country's morals. I mean, it's deeper than that. But
isn't that the only way you do it?
Yeah. I mean, watch.
Is that
TV
a start?
These days. It's so hard to watch TV these days and try to not have some topic that you don't want your kid asking questions about as a 5-year-old not come up. Like they throw stuff in from Disney Channel on up to MTV. I mean, it's really hard to live like a there's no such thing as rated G anymore. It's PG-13 and up from now on. Like it's hard.
It's true. I just think there's somewhere where it's like it's the parents' responsibility to teach a lot of this stuff.
Oh, for sure it is.
How old are your kids?
My oldest is 5, 2, and baby.
5. So is she in kindergarten?
Yeah, preschool. Yeah.
Preschool?
Yeah.
And how's preschool going in Jersey?
It's okay. I mean,
how do kids like it?
She likes it. She's a smart kid, so like schoolwork she gets done in like 10 minutes. Because my wife's a teacher and she already taught her a lot of this stuff already, so it's more of a review for her. So
your wife's a teacher?
Yeah, she doesn't. When we had our second kid, she became a full-time stay-at-home mom, but she gets the curriculum. Especially last year with everybody being off from COVID, we didn't send Bella to preschool last year, so Jill just got the curriculum and taught Bella all that stuff she'd be learning anyway.
I had me and my wife were talking about school in general. Mm-hmm. Isn't it kind of strange how like in preschool there's like no tables or seats and all the kids are together and they're playing and they're interacting with each other.
Yep.
And then like kindergarten, there's like 4 kids at a table and they're interacting with each other. And then gradually they just continue to make you silent and separate you and like obey.
Yeah, they condition you to obey authority, not ask too many crazy questions. I mean, it's just setting you up to be ready to be in some kind of job, not questioning your boss and doing what you need to do. I mean, that's really I got a cynical perspective of school, but yeah, it seems like they condition you from a young age not to question anything. That's kind of why I feel like we're outcasts now for questioning anything. I mean,
When do you remember like realizing that
I was questioning things?
Well, not just questioning things, but like understand, like, because I've always questioned things. I was a terrible like student. I always like disobeyed, right? But I never looked at it as like they're trying to turn me into something. Like I didn't have those thoughts yet, but I was like, I don't like this. This isn't me.
I remember the first time I realized I thought differently than other people was in second grade. We had a kid in my class who was terminally ill with cancer, and he was getting treatments coming in and out, in and out. And then one day he came in, like middle of the day, was there for an hour. We kind of just hung out with him and stuff. And then abruptly he had to leave. And I could see my teacher and the teacher's assistant were like different. And what's going on? And her and the assistant were like, no, he's going to be back tomorrow. You'll see him, blah, blah, blah. And I remember turning to the other kids and going, we're not going to see, I don't want to say his name, but we're not going to see him ever again. And the one kid who was actually the son of the aide went to his mom, told on him that I said that and that I didn't believe the teachers. And the mom was like, how dare you say that? We're going to see him tomorrow. He'll be fine, blah, blah, blah. And we never saw him again. He like passed away like 2 days later. And I remember never really believing her, but thinking like teachers aren't always
right.
Like I always picked up on things that other people didn't pick up on. And that was the first time I realized, like, some of these kids just take whatever the teacher says and don't really think deeper about it. And, yeah, I mean, there's plenty of other examples.
No, I like that you said that, because I feel like with me, I used to do that. And then as I got older, for being told I was wrong all the time, like that I wasn't thinking correct, I kind of suppressed. I stopped speaking it. And it turned me into a straight-up alcoholic, dude.
Well, and you get a defeatist mentality that you're, like, wrong and stuff. Yeah, I think that's, like, by design, to be honest. But, like, another one is, like, I remember thinking, like, the Christopher Columbus story was ridiculous. Like, there's people that already lived here. So how did he discover this land? And then they said he never really stepped on soil in America. He was really in Puerto Rico and South America. So how the hell did he discover America? Like, that stuff just seemed like a story that they told us and that we accepted, but it didn't seem real. Like, there's freaking people that lived here. Obviously, he didn't discover this land and stuff like that. It was just
it is kind of ridiculous, dude. If you really think about it, it's like they kind of make it look like you live on this unique piece of land. It's very unique. It's, you know what I mean? It's different. It's the best. Yeah. That's kind of what it was, right?
Well, America, I mean, how crazy is it that they indoctrinate your kids by saying the Pledge of Allegiance in like preschool? They don't even know what they're saying.
I know.
To a flag, and it's just like it's something you'd see in North Korea or China. Like they stand up there, everyone recites the Pledge of Allegiance. These little kids have no idea what they're saying.
Yeah, but we would look at it as, a good thing, or it's it's heroic. It's sticking up for America. It's American. But if you see if you see a group of kids from China that you can't understand what they're saying, and they're literally repeating themselves, all of them, you'd be like, "Yo, these kids are brainwashed."
Yeah.
But they're doing the same thing.
That's the same exact. That's perfect way to put it. If you saw a bunch of little Asian kids in preschool standing up to their flag and reciting something that you don't know what they're saying, but it's clearly directed at the flag, it's like, first of all, it's like idolatry. I mean, and then second of all, it's like, what are these little kids have no idea what they're saying?
Yeah, and they haven't taught them anything about it yet.
Yeah.
Like it's not like they start there. Like
listen to the words. You're pledging allegiance to the flag. Like, the little kid doesn't even know what that means, but it starts off. It's just crazy to me.
It is crazy, dude. And that's honestly, that's why, like, religion. Right, I like to relate these things all to this, because I think it's all connected, dude. It's all connected.
It's all mind control, basically.
It is. It's to get you to act, and it's a survival mechanism too, because everybody, is you're alone in this big world. You think you're alone, so you kind of attach yourself to things. But religion, if you look up the etymology of religion, it literally means to bond yourself, like you're bonding with an energy, really. Like that's what religion is.
You know what Catholic means, right?
Now, what's Catholic mean?
Universal, like one, all in one.
All one.
So Catholic, universal, like the Catholic is like, back when they called it Catholic, it was Christianity for everyone because there was no other form of it. So it's similar to what you're saying religion means.
Yeah, and then and then somebody would break away, one person escapes it, right? And then people follow that one person and create a whole new thing.
Yeah.
But it's usually not the person to escape it that creates the bad. They're usually following somebody else. In my opinion. Like, I think when you break away, dude, like, you should be able to just, like, I don't want you to mimic me. Like, I would not want that. Right? I feel like schools, religions, all that, they're literally taking kids that, in my opinion, are, I'll use an analogy here, like they're coming in as, they're like windows, and these teachers are turning them into mirrors. They look through them until they see themselves. Yep.
And kids are the most impressionable things that you can ever have. I mean, they don't know any better, and you're showing them. You're supposed to show them, lead them on a path, but they should be allowed to figure things out on their own more than they are. I mean,
and not even. No, you're right, dude. And if you if you watch movies and everything with anything with the parents, the dad is always like this idiot, this drunk idiot that like that's what he is. Yeah. And if you think about life at home, like I remember as a kid, I saw my dad for maybe 3 hours a day, maybe if that, because I would get home from school and he'd be still at work, and then coming home from work, and then you eat. Yeah. I wake up, he's already gone, and it's like, where's he going? Yeah. I don't know. My dad's going to some mysterious place all day to get this thing called money, and I don't know, why can't I have more of it, Dad? And then so you don't really get to see your parents, so you're not mimicking your parents, you're mimicking.
They let the state raise you in school. I mean, that's what it is. Like,
yep.
You sent away to slave school, and then slave school raises you. I mean, and then they wonder why kids rebel. It's because they don't spend enough time with their families and stuff.
Dude, it's not slave school, dude. It's we're trying to empower women to get into the workforce.
That's another thing. Like, imagine, I mean, before World War II, women were home, taking care of the kids, keeping the house clean and in order, and helping kids learn. And then after World War II, it was now starting the progress of getting women in the workforce. So now men and women, they got two different groups to tax, they got two different incomes, and now the kids are left at school, then they come home, and some of them don't have any parents at home for a couple hours, and it's just raised by TV and video games and getting in trouble, and it's not the way that I think it should be.
Well, I mean, that they word it. They don't word it like that. That's not what I heard. I heard that the government wants to give women power to. We need to give women rights. That's why they need to get in the workforce. We don't want women to get in the workforce so we could change their kids' mindset and turn them into slaves.
No, they empower women to go get a job so they can get tax them and get both sides of the population taxed. And don't forget to go to college so we can put you in debt for years, and you can't then buy a mortgage, which is a death pledge. That's the meaning of mortgage, is death pledge, and you can pay that off right before you die, and then you can enjoy the last 10, 20 years of your life without a mortgage.
And you can plan on retirement too. You can retire too, guy. If you work hard enough and give us enough taxes, when you're done that, you get to retire. You know what that means? You get to be old and sit in your goddamn house by yourself.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
retirement is the biggest lie, or it's not real.
All right,
it's not real.
I gotta wrap this up. I'm hearing babies crying and.
All right, big dog. Look, I got this thing set up now. So next time we'll be good to go. I'm not moving this fucking thing again, dude. I'm not moving it. I'm not moving it. The only thing I'm doing is I gotta get a Wi-Fi extender because I see it going in and out constantly.
Yeah, that's the one thing about the South, man. I've noticed, like, from my work, that the Wi-Fi is not as good. Their internet down there is not as good unless, like, especially as you get out of the cities. Like, I have a lot of coworkers, and they all have Wi-Fi extenders and whatever they have to use to speed it up.
Bro, my thing is right here. It's on the other side of this wall, and I got
what about an Ethernet?
I got the 1 gig, whatever it's called, like the 1G speed.
Gigabyte.
And it doesn't get through this wall. I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
You gotta call your provider.
Dude, I don't know, man. It's just frustrating because it really is. It's frustrating trying to get this thing like going because I really want to have a good time. And then when it takes, so what we just did today, bro, that's what I do when I'm like by myself. And then by the time I get it on, I'm like, I don't even fucking feel like talking now. I just sat here
I hear you.
Frustrated.
Don't mess with it.
What?
Don't mess with it.
Dude, I'm not touching it anymore. I got it set up and I'm done, dude. And I'll get you back on. We'll have a good one.
I'm looking forward to the book review.
Yes. Yeah. When do you want to start that?
Whenever. Just give me a heads up, and the earlier. I know you get home later, but the earlier in the day, the better.
Well, Wednesdays are the best for me as far as time because I get out at I leave at 5:30. I'm here before 6, so 6:30 is like gonna be perfect on Wednesdays.
6:30.
Fridays are tough for me to actually get even home like.
I understand.
On time.
I don't prefer Fridays either, but we had a little hiccup this week, so it's all good.
All right, brother. I appreciate it, and what we're gonna do, just anybody listening to this, is we're reading. A couple of us are reading the same book, and we're just gonna come on and talk about how we feel about the book, what we learned, and how we think the author took it, and just bullshit about a book.
Split it up into chapters and maybe attack a couple of chapters a week. Right?
I think that's the best way to go about it. That way, one, if you read ahead, you read ahead. But two, we're not stressing like, I want to make it a good time. I don't want to make it like I'm stressing to get this book read so I can talk about it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
But I appreciate you coming on, man, and